I know you're sort of famously robust about PC and all things sort of liberal bromides, etc. But what are your own views about the Me Too movement and how that has
I was
changed?
in this country when that broke. I was doing another play here, and my overwhelming sense was of the extraordinary hypocrisy. Did we really not know what was going on? I mean, that's just crazy. And although I value very much that there is that kind of opening of a door in a way, it's a very narrow door. I was having this conversation before we came on stage with someone else back there. You know, a woman is being abused, even as we speak, sitting here, probably 30 yards down the road. And that is true around the world. And the fundamental changes are not necessarily on that high economic, famous kind of career level. It is, I think, infinitely lower down. I mean, a classic example for me is the way we have, not a great flood of it, but certainly in England we've had cases of what are deemed to be honour killings, where girls are murdered by their family members, their fathers, their brothers, upon occasion their mothers, because they refuse to marry the man the parents have selected for them. And there are other variations on this, you know, girls not being allowed to go to school, although there are changes being made there. But we kid ourselves if we think that this kind of behaviour is reserved only for a certain group of men and women, because there have been cases of abuse against men. It's part of human nature, and we have to look at it much more closely, and I think in a much more detailed way than we're doing.
Mm-hmm. But it has powered a new look at feminist energy. I mean, let's face it, it has...
I'm not sure about that. I mean, I'm really not sure about that, because there seems to be the kind of, the first fine flood, and then there's a kind of leaping on the bandwagon, and then there's a kind of dividing up into who's, you know, really serious and people who are not serious, and it gets lost in its argument instead of looking at what are the causes for why we're arguing in the first place.